Hi everyone, it's Bagger, and it is, let me just make a little more room here. It is Friday afternoon, and it is the 5th, and it's about 1:42, and we've been showcasing this new trading tool of ours called the SMC Driving Range. And let's make a little more room here for the volatility. And I was asked, well, how exactly do you trade this, Bagger? And there's about actually four different ways to trade this, because there are really only four different ways to trade. You can trend follow, you can do that long and short, and you can counter trend. Now, this particular driving range is a lot different than the swing machine. The swing machine is really designed to pick up trends and only trends, but you can, as you get adept with it, use the swing machine for counter trends as well. Excuse me, I had to hit the little sneeze button there. So here, what we've done is we are short the NQ. I'm going to see how this works out. And the reason why we shorted the NQ is because the VIX, we're using the VIX as in this case as, okay, and that other, I did not put that on. See that little rustle up there? That, the machine put that on another strategy. So this is our trade up here, the NQ. So we're going to stay short the NQ as long as this VIX stays on this side of the ball. Okay, it's a little extended up here on a 5-minute, but I'm not going to worry about that. And so we're going to stay short. Now, I could go also and get short the ES, or could have done the ES. May have been a better product, not as crazy as the NQ. But so we had a $215 drawdown, which isn't bad for a mini contract, and we had a run up of 95. Now, I'm not doing this to make, 100, 200 bucks. I'm doing this to hopefully, make a morning's pay. So, or an afternoon's pay. So we're going to let you watch this a little bit, and we got to be mindful of YouTube time. So I'm not going to let this run over 10 minutes. If we get to the 9-minute mark and we're still in the trade, I'll mark it, and we'll pause the video, the YouTube video, and then come back and close out the trade. Now that Russell contract that's up there again, that's running. We have another screen that is actually running a strategy, doing pretty damn well actually too, on what we call a Kagi chart. Kagi chart. It's really pretty cool, and but it's totally got control of that trade. It's got profit targets. It has let's sort this so they're not moving around. There we go. So it's the VIX that we want to pay attention to. We want to make sure this VIX stays green. As long as that VIX stays green, we're pretty comfortable staying red or short the market. And of course, this is it right here. Nobody else has got that message yet. Now, if we had done that, which we didn't do earlier today, had we done that earlier today and went long, and there it is there. So now the NQ is now selling down. So the markets were all red, the VIX is green, and that's a perfect position. I was about to show you the purse. The purse, if one had taken that same signal in the reverse, if one had gone long the NQ as the VIX had gone short, that was this morning, you could have had a very, very nice trade. Very nice trade. So this is how we like to approach our business. I'm not at all interested in I like Twitter because it's distracting to me a little bit. Life can be a little bit boring, so I like reading the posts of various people and friends and whatnot, and seeing what interests them, and it's just a time, distraction of sorts. Now, there's sometimes I don't want to be distracted at all. I don't have a TV in my office, but Twitter isn't so bad. But I don't, take any trades from that. I don't get caught up. I'm not perusing message boards on Reddit, or some jabroni or a couple of jabronis, touting this, touting that. That's If that floats their boat and that gets it done, or they think that's getting it done, that will run its course. It is not new. For those of you maybe too young to know, there was a company called Yahoo. It was the Twitter of the day, and people used to post things like that on the Yahoo message boards, and nothing new, nothing new there at all. But that's not what we do. We're purely mechanical, no emotion. My hand's not form fitted to the mouse. I can see exactly what it is I need to see, and I want to see. Now, it's possible, that the VIX comes in. It really is. And if it does, the markets, may pull back, and I may have a little bit of a drawdown. I may have a little bit more than a little drawdown with the NQ. This is a rich market, volatile market, and a mini contract carries, quite a bit of leverage. But it's well within, my risk parameters, and that's whatever it is you're trading. You want to make sure that you're trading within your capabilities, both trading capabilities and also your purse, your own trading capital, right? This isn't, but if it works out, it'll be great. It'll pay. If it doesn't, we'll stop out. But I'm going to let you watch. So we're going to stay short. I'm going to stay short this NQ on a 5-minute basis, as long as that VIX stays long. Okay, and so we've had a run up of $95, and we've had a rundown of 215, and I'm basically just flat right here, right now. This Russell is being run by a strategy, a full-blown strategy, trading a very specific chart called a Kagi chart. Now, for those of you who may not know, there are other charts than time charts. Really, Bagger? Like what? Well, if you're trading time, you're looking at candles and whatnot, and everything that's on there, and that's where 99% of the sheeple, that's where they begin and they end. And then they learn things like, well, this candle means that, and that candle means this. And folks, if you really stop and you think about it, the markets are machined. Those candles are totally, for the most part, 99.9% of them are totally irrelevant. The machines don't have any greed or fear. The people who have greed and fear are you. I'm sorry to say, the sheeple, the retail trader. And this trade is working out kind of nicely here, so we're going to let that run its course, right? And now, if the NQ, by the way, gets out here, we might, choose to take some profit. But we're up about $120 something, and I say that not in a, please understand, not in a condescending way. I understand where you are. I was there too 25 years ago, and I finally say, hey, this is bullshit. Is that I've got to set out and learn how this game is played and develop some systems so that I don't have to be paying attention to the Yahoo message boards or CNBC or the Investors Business Daily or the rest of that crap. And unfortunately for you, somehow, some way, you've come upon us, and if you think this makes sense to you, you have access to these tools, because for our annual members, now I'm asked all the time, hey Bagger, how come we can't buy them? How can I just lease them? I just want to lease it. I just want a program. We think that would be irresponsible to do that. I think what Robinhood is doing is irresponsible. We think, that the responsible thing to do is introduce ourselves to each other and then give you the opportunity to trade alongside us for 4 weeks, ask all your questions, let us show you how and why we built what we did and how the things work. And for 4 weeks. And then, if you want to move forward, so how then you can tailor this, there are adjustments you can make to this to make it even more probable, and the intervals are an option, and the markets are an option. You want to use more leverage, less leverage. So, well, I tell you what, we have just run 10 minutes on YouTube and I didn't have to pause it. So let's go up here and close this trade. It's going to make more, but we're going to close it for $230 in 10 minutes. Why did I sell it? Because the VIX crossed its mean and pushed on out, and I was confident that the markets would pull back. I wanted to fade it. I just put that cash in my pocket. I'm Baggett on Stock Market Caddy, 813-758-8263. If you want to learn how to get the emotion out of your trading, you'll have to practice it. Okay, it isn't just easy. It isn't just you. They say, whoever they is, that it takes, hours and hours to unlearn or to break bad habits. And so we can give you the tools, we can give you the education, but you will need to practice, and it does take time. Patience. Have a great weekend, everyone.